why do some people surround themselves with people that are needy or you know, in a more difficult situation than they're in? Why do they do that?
Yes. One thing is Sanskara. Sanskara is all deep conditioning in the unconscious mind. So we are controlled by our Sanskaras. We are not controlled by our smart mind or logic, but we are controlled by deep conditioning, deep programming. So people who have whatever programming they have, they somehow project it. And even without their doing, right kind of people get attracted. From other standpoint, look, what we are doing in the world is fulfilling what we are lacking within ourselves. Just imagine. I observed this so many times, you know, so many wealthy people in this area I know. Like we go to, it's like spiritual gathering, wealthy Indian starter, 1 or 2 persons, big mansion, just like unbelievable, you know, the garden, furniture, everything, swimming pool, everything. And they are so stingy, giving to their workers or in any other relationship, they bargain in everything. And here they have big thing. So what I see, all this is inner poverty is exhibiting. Okay. It's not only the ego, only that I have more money, but some of them become so narrow, they don't even look at you or smile at you. Things like, you know, there are different class, people do that, like say very wealthy people or very, this ego. So this is, I consider poverty, insecurity. What do you lose by smiling or saying hello? You know, if we are in the group of that group and we're saying they're talking and 2, 3 of us are sitting, we become invisible, just like, and so what I see is inner poverty. People who don't have inner poverty, what they do, they don't have any money, they don't have anything. They have open heart. They would smile, they would greet. Just right. There's just so many poverty. So this is what one needs. Other thing, I see so many people, I know my practical example. Some people is always seeking, you know, like goes to hospital, somebody's dying, somebody's sick, talking to someone, like always looking out for that. And they think they are helping others. But what really is happening, that suffering of others reminds of them their own suffering, and they feel sorry for themselves and they feel guilty, so they try to catch up by getting into those things. So I say, why don't you, like these people complain, I'm stressed out and everything. I say, what would happen if you associate with negative people and all the problem and suffering and talk about it? What would happen to you? This is what happens. So if you want to help someone, become strong. You know, somebody is crying or just something bad happened, cheer them up. Give them some new vision to see differently, you know. But if somebody is crying, oh, to me this happened also, you know, you tell your story. So I'm giving some of the answer. So people get into all these things because they invite it. And for us, if you are growing on the path, keep away from such people, you know, unless you are very strong and have compassion. At that stage, you can mix with everyone and help others. But you are like lukewarm water, okay, and mix with cold water, lots of like cold water.
Oil and water, you mean?
Colder water, ice water.
Oh, okay.
Cold. And you will become cold. But you are like boiling water. Let some cold water come, you will absorb them. So when you are strong enough, you can absorb other people. But when you are weak, and most people are in that state, they try to help others and they drown themselves. So keep away from these people. Actually, they say don't even eat at the house of people who are immoral, or just any, because through the medium of food, you will pick up those vibrations. This is what this, and scientifically they will prove it.
Is karma involved in that too, Shanti? Is karma involved in that too?
Actually, vibrations. So, like they say, those who practice spiritual discipline, they don't eat out. They cook themselves, and that makes sense. Because if you eat out at the restaurant, you're getting vibration of the chefs. They're angry, they're, whatever
Whatever it is, sure.
But it doesn't matter for most people because they're not practicing anything.
Right.
But when you are practicing, you become very sensitive. So, association with people, even you sit with such negative people, or it will influence you. But when you become enlightened, then you can lift them up. But first be enlightened, much greater, to a greater degree, then you can lift them up. But if you are halfway, they will pull you down. So this is the general thing. So I always told you, and I don't get into any of this because I save trouble. I don't even waste my energy talking or saying or giving guidance, because my experience, I try to do so many people who can really use it, and I used to give away books for free or give lessons for free. I stopped that. I let them pay something so at least they value it, and then after I sell them, they say, okay, contact me, then I'll guide you further. Never call, I call. I say, what's happening? Oh, I just read 2-3 pages. I know, I'm a little bit familiar with this. They're just showing what they know, but they don't show interest. So the moral is, if they're not ready, you cannot do anything. So really, bottom line, ultimate philosophy, we are not the doer, we are not the enjoyer, we are not the owner. The higher physics, they say we have no control. On quantum physics, I'm studying holographic universe. If you study that, what it is, just in short, holographic plate has two-dimensional image. Something is projected directly and through the object, say apple. Two-dimensional holographic plate. From that, with another light, you extract out what you need. That becomes three-dimensional reality. So science says our world of three-dimensional reality is illusion. Real reality is two-dimensional reality on the surface of Earth. And they are explaining consciousness. They don't know what to say about consciousness. But we have no control. Our brain doesn't think. We don't think. All the information comes to the brain. Brain is only receiver. 6 seconds before information comes, then we decide, and we think we are deciding. And also they are thinking, where is consciousness that is on the other side of holographic plate? That is supreme consciousness, and you can never know it. And that supreme consciousness controls us, and we think we are doing it. That means if bird sits on a branch and branch falls down, we associate the bird broke the branch. Actually, branch was going to break, that was coincidence. So somehow we feel I'm supporting the society, I'm helping the friends, I'm taking care of my family, is all illusion. So I see from two standpoints. One is spiritual scriptures say that, masters say, and quantum physics is coming with similar ideas, but their study is objective study. They're studying, because the scientists who do the study, they don't find inner peace. I'm doing for subjective study. From all this, I want to get something for myself. The guest I had one in a workshop, my hometown PhD in mathematics. Yeah, you heard that. and he's studying all this,
Yeah,
but
he
he's
knows all that,
objectively
yeah.
all the Upanishads and everything, and he's writing commentary. I'm not interested in criticizing this master said and this master said. I want my own experience. Okay, so science is looking objectively. Spiritual master looked at subjectively, and subjective experience is the thing that really transforms us. Okay.
I guess the good news is, if we're in control of nothing, there's really nothing to worry about. Just do the best we can.
Right. So matter of
and let
fact,
it go.
surrender is nothing but letting go of the intellect. See, so many people give lots of program, but I saw that they don't distinguish between mind and intellect. They say surrender the mind. No, because animals have the mind. They have body, senses and mind. We have intellect. So when we surrender the intellect. The difference between mind and intellect is mind just perceives it, takes picture. But because of intellect, we judge, analyze, likes, dislikes, pleasant and unpleasant. That gets into trouble. Right. So surrender means experience everything as is. If it's cold, it is cold. If it's hot, it's hot.
Right.
Don't comment on it. Just
right. But you'd have to move beyond intellect to experience.
Right. So that is mind. Consciousness.
Yeah. Okay.
So consciousness uses intellect, and that ties us, and that is what creates illusion or maya, and that is what I explain in the book Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, and I'm getting greater clarity. All the scholars write all kind of volumes. It did not make sense because they don't look into the depth. So what Patanjali described, what is ego or asmita is, consciousness uses intellect and identifies with the body that I am the body. That is ego. I am the senses, that is ego or asmita. I am the emotion, that is ego. See, that is what is ego. So really ego in pure sense is consciousness, ahankar. And this ego we are talking about, which binds you, is asmita. Like a real thing is seen in its reflection. So we consider reflection as real. That is illusion. So body reflects consciousness, senses reflect consciousness, intellect reflect consciousness, mind reflects consciousness, but they only reflect. So if your container reflects a moon, you empty out the container, moon doesn't go away. So this is temporary. But temporary thing we believe to be real, like this body is me, this senses is me, this mind is me. That is what gets in trouble. Okay, so I'm just mixing up some other things to bring out this point.